Alright guys, guess what I thought of? Actually, I've got to thank Chloe for this. She said, are we going to make mozzarella sticks? And I was like, that is exactly what I said I would make if I ever bought these, but it was so long ago when they first came out and the price was never right, so I wasn't even thinking about that. So I'm going to make some mozzarella sticks. And I think what I'll do is, you see how we've eaten half of that? I'll cut these in half. Maybe I won't use all of them. Maybe I'll use at least 3. I'll do this. Should I use all of them, Chloe?
All of them?
Maybe I'll use 3. Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're half all in. So I'm gonna get a recipe started, guys, and I'll be back to share with you what it is. Doing all this on the fly. Okay. So just to show you guys, I just made some breadcrumbs because I didn't have any here, so I just toasted some bread ends. One was whole wheat, one was not whole wheat, and I just, you know, grated that to come up with, it looks like about a 1/4 cup or 1/3 of a cup. Now I'm going to put like a 1/2 cup of flour in here. I'm going to put some cornstarch, probably some tapioca starch, some spices and stuff. I'll be back. Alright, if you have tapioca starch, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1/2 tablespoon of tapioca starch. But if you don't have tapioca starch, just put like a tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay. And now I'm gonna add some flavoring to that, some garlic, etc. Let me get that. This is gonna be my wet dredge. So I'm gonna do a wet dredge and a dry. The dry is gonna have the breadcrumbs and some other spices. So I'm putting like 1/2 tablespoon of garlic. You know what? Let's make that like, that's a teaspoon. And I'm putting a teaspoon of the rest of the garlic into my breadcrumb mix, and I'll continue from there. Alright, so let's make this even crispier or crunchier. I think I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of cornmeal in the flour, the wet mixture. And maybe that's all for now, because what should we put in here close to the breadcrumbs? Should I put some of this too? A little bit?
Why not?
Okay, so I'm gonna put like 1/2 tablespoon.
So now for seasonings?
Yeah, so I think we want this to taste like, maybe we're gonna want
Garlic powder?
I put a little garlic powder, but like basil and stuff.
I'd say oregano, yeah.
Oh, that's... And if you can get a cup of water, maybe, Chloe, because we're gonna...
Should we put black pepper?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're gonna I'm putting a teaspoon of oregano. I mean, that was a teaspoon of basil. I hope that's not too much. Like, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I guess we should be putting some salt in here too. How much salt? I don't want that much salt. I want a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Maybe? 1/4 teaspoon? Yeah, that should be good. And oregano now, Chloe. I put a lot of basil, and I think I'm gonna go for, should I do a teaspoon of oregano or like a little less? I'll do a teaspoon. So almost a teaspoon of oregano. And hopefully that's good for, I don't know, what else do we want to put in there? A little spice?
Oh yeah, sure, why not?
A little bit of chili powder or something?
Yeah.
So we'll put like, I'm gonna say 1/2 teaspoon? Or is that too much? 1/4 teaspoon? We'll start with a 1/4 teaspoon. We'll mix it up. And so yeah, maybe 1/4 teaspoon. I don't know, a little more?
I think that's good.
Okay, well, 1/4 teaspoon and a pinch. And if you'll get me, well, actually we'll pause for a moment. Oh, you do have the water. Good job. So this is what the breadcrumb dredge looks like. I think we should probably have, should we do like wet, put it in the flour, put it in the wet, or just use this, then this? Maybe just this, then this?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with a 1/4 cup of water. And get me like a fork or something, Chloe. We can...
You're getting a plastic one.
That's fine. If it's not the consistency you want, either add more water or add
There's no
more flour.
ones.
There might be up there. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, let's mix this up. Okay. So we might need a bit more. Yeah, okay. So I started with a 1/4 cup, didn't I?
Yeah.
I did. Let's put another 1/4 cup, it looks like to me. Or almost 1/4 cup. You can just kind of start putting it in by like teaspoon if you want, but we want like a pancake type batter, I think. So we'll mix that up and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what it looks like now, and I think we'll just add a little bit of water. Maybe that's enough. That might have been like 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, hold on, Chloe. I don't know if that's... Get the sides, please, up there. Can I do it for a second? I just want to scrape the sides down. So it feels fairly thick in here. So, you know what, Chloe? Add that. Should you add that little bit more? Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna... Ah! You gotta be careful with this now, because we're trying to incorporate the water, but I think that's good. So it was probably 1/2 cup and, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, this looks good to me. What do you think, Chloe?
Yeah, I think so.
So I have my deep fryer on. It's on like, yeah, so that's good. That's like a pancake batter. Your stove will get messy. So
First test.
we're gonna just dip that in. Dip that. See, I was thinking of not making quite as much batter, but that's okay. We can always save it, or if we like it. Okay. Drop it in. I was just gonna do this.
I mean, you might need more breadcrumbs.
I know, but I only had so much. So far, I'm liking the look of like the darkness in the seasoning. It looks like it should be good.
Yes.
I don't know how long we're gonna need to cook that. Let's do 2 more. Well, to start anyway.
Yeah.
So cut in half. Put in here. Mix around. Just drop it in, and I'll just use my fingers to... How long do you think this is going to take to cook, Chloe?
Like...
A minute?
Yeah, I'd say...
30 seconds? I don't know. Okay, let me move the camera over, and I'll show you the pan. So here's our fryer, and it's on like a medium-high heat. So just... Maybe it should be higher. Maybe the heat should be higher, because now it seems... You know what? I'm keeping it on this medium-high heat.
Alright.
I hope. I don't know. I don't know how fast these are supposed to cook. I imagine they won't take that long, but I don't want it to burn. And yet, I don't know if it should be higher so it cooks faster so the cheese doesn't melt as much, or if it, you know,
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Oh, we should get a plate for them.
Yeah, and I can't see. Oh, man. We have a lot of batter.
Oh, yeah.
So, we weren't even counting the time. We should have been timing that.
I want to lift them. I want to see what they look like.
Okay. There's a part of me that feels like maybe they should be slightly higher, but I don't know. Should we lift?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, I think they look...
Yeah, I think
We're starting to see the cheese bubble a little bit. Should we put it back in for a minute or no?
Let's do...
Test this first?
Yeah. Let's test one.
Okay, let's test one. That's a smart idea. Let's test one of those. Let me get a fork. Because maybe it's good. Okay.
Do we have marinara sauce?
Well, why do we think of everything at the last minute? We have tomato sauce, like...
Well, that's close enough.
Okay, guys, we're gonna... Excuse me. So that's the one. And there's that knife. Do you want to cut that? Cut it in half, let's see. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it could go longer for sure.
Okay, so this could go longer, but we're gonna taste this anyway. See, it's kind of melty there. All right. Oh, actually.
Ooh, too hot for me.
No, it's delicious. As I bit that, the whole thing was nice and soft.
But it could still go longer.
It could still go a little bit longer, but the point is, it's holding its shape, and yet it's nice and soft and gooey.
Oh, it smells really nice.
That batter. crispy and on point. When I made the second batch, the oil was hotter, so I do find just about a minute is what you want to cook it at, and check it. So I put this one back in, still not counting the seconds. Let's think like 30 seconds-ish. What do you think, Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay, I like the way that's still sounding. I feel like that's good. You think that's good now?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We got some explosion of cheese happening
boy.
here. Oops, guys. So, possibly slightly too long because that one bursted. Burst. But it's okay. Alright, so I feel like at the medium heat, we should do it for about a minute. But they're good. Now, if you don't like all that kind of spice or seasoning, I mean, I feel like maybe I was slightly heavy-handed with the basil. But, I mean, I'm okay with that. Because I think, especially if you have it with like a marinara, you've got all that good stuff. I'm just going to pour a bit of some tomato sauce. And we don't, you know what, we don't, normally marinara sauce might have basil and oregano in that, but we have it on this. So we don't need to have...
I'm going to take the gooey one.
Okay, she wants the ooey gooey one. Hope it's not too hot.
Oh, it's too hot.
Do you want me to cut a piece for you?
No, I'll just wait.
Okay, guys. Yeah, oh yeah, that's nice and... You hear the crispiness? And this one basically has stayed fully together. I'm just going to taking this picture, Chloe. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah. That's perfectly melted inside. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see. The ooey gooey melt inside, perfectly melted, and crispy outside. Oh. Yeah. A little on the hot side, don't take a big bite. Because the cheese is hot. But it's good. Alright guys, there you go. Quick, easy, yummy. I think this is how I like these. It's a bit hot though, right, Chloe? But
Yeah.
Definitely yummy. Like I said, I would probably make this with maybe half a teaspoon of the basil next time. But it's okay, because with the spices you don't have to add anything to this. Alright guys, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.